Hello, everyone. This is Varsha, and you are watching the series of success stories brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. So, as you all know, the series is all about the prominent achievers of our country who has made India proud in some way or the other. The main focus of our series is to make you all know about the success and achievements of our prominent guest. So today, in the same sequence, we have with us Mr. Praveen Pottipati, who is the founder of Curiosity Labs. But before we actually start the conversation with him, let's quickly have a look at a very small video telling you about what we actually do.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows, and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Hello, Mr. Praveen. How are you?
Hi Varsha, good evening. How are you? I'm good.
Okay, I'm good too, sir. Thank you so very much. So, before we actually start the conversation, please tell us something about you and your profession.
Great. So, by nature of my job, I am an IT professional. I'm into completely data guy. The way I used to learn business is give me some amount of data or one month worth of data, and I will do reverse engineering, and I go back understand how the business was done or whether there was any kind of improvement that could be done. So that's my specialization. I've been dealing with a lot of data in my previous experiences. I have around 20 plus in the IT industry, and no, so far we have been trying to work with multiple MNCs in the past. So one of my biggest achievements was working with Wells Fargo as an organization, and there we solved many complex problems there. And now here coming on to this domain, we actually wanted to solve some of the problems, and that's the reason we established this organization to start with. And our main motto was to focus on problem solving rather than building products. But eventually we started building products for the system.
Right. So, Mr. Praveen, how did you actually, land up to the idea of starting up with this particular business only?
Great. So while I was working in the past, right, so we always used to work with MNCs, so large organizations. So large organizations predominantly can afford to buy a lot of solutions and all, but there are so many medium organizations, right, who cannot afford to do things, but they always try to do better in their day-to-day life. So when we actually wanted to do something, so we did around 3 to 4 months of research what could really be done for these medium and small scale industries people. So that's how we kind of identified opportunity to build a platform where at affordable cost, definitely yes, for the medium and small scale. So because all these guys really wanted to aspire to do something or in their life, and definitely they wanted to better day to day, but a lack of technology support always pulled them down. So our main focus was to support those kind of people definitely wanted to take help of technology and improve their lifestyle, improve their systems, improve their business, and gain more profits and be more profitable day to day. So that's how the whole idea started coming together.
That's really very amazing, sir. Okay, so, Mr. Praveen, thinking of an idea and its implementation are actually two very different things. So, if I talk about your journey, so what sort of challenges were faced by you while moving ahead in your journey at your organization? Tell us a bit about that, please.
So the first problem even started was we wanted to actually solve this for a friend of mine because they are into logistics industry, and we've been hearing their problems for a very long time. So I was wondering why there is no solution in the market for these guys, and we started understanding not from only our friend, but we started talking to multiple fleet owners across India. So we spoke to people from multiple places in India. So I traveled all south, like Hyderabad, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and one of my friend traveled north to understand how different are the problems compared to north and south, right? And eventually when we started interacting with the fleet owners, not everybody were open to share their problems because people thought we wanted to understand their business or we wanted to get into their business lines, and which was not our intent, to be honest. So there was initial struggle to really understand the problems, across Indian fleet owners or transporters, and eventually took us some good amount of 4 to 5 months to really understand what are their problems. And we made a when we made a list, from all part of India. So it came up to 1,500 list of problems. And at one end we were happy that we learned what the problems, but other end, there was struggle, right? So you have 1,500 problems, to be solved, and there was no easy task. So it took us another 1 2 months of time to really understand what makes sense for the fleet owners to solve it, and also we have to commonize what are the common problems, what are unique problems. So by doing that, we categorize them into multiple buckets. So we took that bucket of problems which makes sense, which is common to most of the fleet owners, and we started our journey to solve it. So during the course of action, while we started developing it, we again went back to the fleet owners or transporters who shared their problems with us, and went back and told these something that we were trying to solve. And people were excited to see how are we solving their problems. And after the launch of our product, pretty much November last year, and we went back and gave a product as a trial version, and people used it technically, and we received a lot of positive feedback saying that, hey, I understood what you have done, but I need flexibility in many areas because of this particular problem for me is very different, and the way you were solving is very different, so we need flexibility. Then the evolution of product started. So from when we started, when we launched November last year to what we are here, product itself has evolved a much compared to what we have wanted to really develop. And I think it's the maturity will go on for a while, I guess, because we just started focusing on one particular area, right? And the product maturity has to happen over a period of time. So I believe we'll be receiving a lot of positive feedback from these people, and we keep we'll keep our ears and eyes open for those feedback and see how we are going to come back and solve their problems in this particular platform for them.
Absolutely, Mr. Praveen. So now, moving ahead, what kind of services does your organization provides to its customers? Please elaborate a bit about that, please.
Okay. So currently, as a product-based company, so our product is SaaS-based application. It basically means we offer a platform where, as a fleet owner, as a customer, end customer, you don't have to invest any amount of money in your hardware. So in terms of servers, or in terms of meeting in licenses for it, we all take care of it. Number one. And second thing is, so any application or any IT application that anybody wanted to use comes with the two different things. One is you have to have your own people who understand what you are doing, so that can be converted into a application. Plus, so there's a constant maintenance and support that happens to the application front. Even that we take care of it. So we offer even that as a free of service for these people, because because at the end of the day we want them to use it, to use the platform. And the number three, after this one is, so and like what happens is, today you develop as a end user, you want something else, you develop something, and down the line it has to be enhanced, right? And it is again a tedious problem for these people, because these are not IT guys, these are non-IT guys doing their own business, and for them to really come back and focus on IT is very tedious task. So what we do as a company is we capture requirements end to end, and we know what we are solving, and we give them a solution to start with. I'm sure that whatever we give will not solve everything at this point of time, but at least that gives a jump start from where you are today in terms of using some desktop applications, or you might be using Excel or any random applications. So this gives a one robust platform for them to kickstart, number one. And number two, we are constantly open with our eyes and ears for your feedback, and we go back and implement those things. and it's our expertise in solving problems that comes into picture, because the team we have is very diversity team. It's not only that comes from logistic background. So they come from the bank, they come from FMCG companies. So we have solved variety of problems. If one problem is given to us, we know how equally how efficient we can solve it. So we bring that solution and that service to your on your doorstep, so that all you have to worry is explain us the problem and we are going to solve it for you. And the third thing, so once you solve it, and as I said, we keep updating a product. It's as I said, it's evolving, and all these updates comes to you free of cost because you are a customer. You don't have to pay us anything because you already a customer. You start receiving those updates free of cost, and anything and everything customization top of it. So when I say customizations, so they definitely, as a business owner, you wanted to run your company in one way compared to the other, maybe equal competitor, because the way you run business will be very different. So we also offer those customizations to the people. So at the end of the day, you all have to share us is how you want this application to respond to you, and we go back and make it that way. And we are combining all these various services in one package, so that at the end of the day, as an end user, you don't have to worry about buying something, maintaining something, keeping track of what is needed, what is not needed, and no cost involved. It's only one cost, one package, and everything is given back to you. So that's how we are making the life of these people easy in terms of adapting to technology, and all the complexity part, all the handholding part, everything is taken care of by our team.
All right. So, Mr. Praveen, everyone do plans for their future. So, what further plans do you have for your organization in the near future?
Great. So as I said, while we were initially discussing with people, so we had around 1500 list of problems to solve. So definitely before even launching our first product or version one of it in November last year, we already made a 3-year roadmap for ourselves, because logistics in India is highly disorganized, disoriented, and it works very randomly. There's no proper process to it, and everybody has own way of dealing with it. And I mean, nothing is right or wrong there. It's as long as something works for me, it works for me. So what we did over a period of time, while we were discussing, so we wanted to bring some standard form of getting the business done, and some standard processes to make sure life of the end user becomes easy. So that was one of the integral part of our system while we were building it, and our 3-year roadmap. So while we go and meet the customer now, even today, after explaining what do we do, like maybe the previous people that we met and the new people that we're meeting every day, right? So we always show them two things. One is how is this platform going to solve some of your problems today, and how are we going to solve your multiple problems in next 3 years. So we always show them that 3-year roadmap in terms of what is going to be coming to the application in terms of various entities coming together, because logistics is an ecosystem. It is just not one application or one person doing it. So when I say ecosystem, as a fleet owner, right, I deal with fuel guys every day and day out. I have to buy spare parts, I have to buy lubricants. So I go back to banks, take loans, for my expansion. And there's always insurance coming in the picture. I always deal with drivers down the line. I always deal with FASTag, GPS. So this is my part of my system, right? So as a platform, we always wanted to integrate these things, so that our platform becomes one-stop solution for each of them. So we always go with a 3-year roadmap with the customers, so that they are quite assured that what they are investing today, it is not for today, it's for a long-term benefit. So that's what we always go back and assure the end users, so that if we are into the market just for not solving today's problem, and we are here not for next 3 to 5 years, so that we are building your ecosystem for yourself. So what you're doing, so that way we bring a lot of assurance to the end users.
Right. And I wish you all the very best for all these plans of yours. Okay, so now moving ahead, though I know it's always a very proud moment when we get recognition for our work, but still, I would like to know from you that what are your feelings on winning this Indian Achievers Award? Like, what were your reactions when you actually got the news that you have been, selected as an awardee for the same?
Oh, I'm happy. Definitely yes, uh, because though we are a little bit more, at a different age group, right? Though we are at different age, but award is always bring happiness to everyone, right? Even does not mean it's small or big, and that too, recognition at that level is so huge. You won't believe the amount of happiness that brought to us, and confidence. Definitely, happiness is one thing, and the team working with us, they also get a lot of confidence when somebody recognizes the effort. Definitely yes, because when any product is being launched, right, the true ratification only comes when somebody recognizes it and somebody says that yes, you are trying to do something which is right for the people, and that recognition and that support is very much needed for anybody. It could be a small organization, a very big organization, but the support that we get by if somebody recognizes the effort is huge. Unfortunately, we are in working in remote spaces. We could not technically celebrate when we received it, but we did had a virtual meeting with all the team members, and every team member's effort was appreciated in that meetings, and we did, went back and pointed out very small or minute efforts spent by every one of our team members to make sure where reached those efforts does not go unrecognized. So entire team in apartment, though was super happy, but the team was more happy to receive that award. Definitely yes, because end of the day it is just not one person who receiving it. It's the team effort that made possible, and the all the award support, all the credits that have been received from you, especially the forum which is helping us to get us there. And all that support goes to my entire team.
And I once again congratulate you on the achievement, sir. Okay, so now moving ahead, the gone year 2020 has made us all realize the importance of becoming Atmanirbhar. So, what are your thoughts or views on this self-reliant India, and also how is your organization working towards this campaign?
Yes, definitely yes. So 2020 was a very eye-opener year for everyone, not in just field but entire field, right? Not just IT, non-IT, and everywhere it has opened everybody's eyes, not just governments or organizations. Even the common people started realizing, how we should be self-sufficient, so that at a crisis, we are kind of going good. So I would definitely support that Atmanirbhar program initiative from the government. Definitely, yes. So people like us, like a small startups company who are trying to bring some amount of change in the Indian ecosystem, would definitely benefit out of that. And definitely, I would encourage a lot of people who wanted to, get into this space. Right, this India is a huge country. So far, we have been using or exposing to multiple, other countries' efforts, other countries', products. But now this is a time where we thought or where we should start opening our eyes and being self-sufficient. And I would definitely say that this particular product that we are platform and product that we're developing completely goes under our Atmanirbhar program, because we want our people or our transporters or our ecosystem to be self-sufficient rather than depending upon other people. We wanted to be self-sufficient in every angle, and not only in terms of goods and products, we want to also be sufficient in terms of technology, in terms of a services, all of these things, right? So that whole idea why I mean, though we did not start with that idea, but I think it pretty much falls under that category where we wanted to empower India go digitally end of the day, because that's where the whole improvement or benefit of the whole situation comes into picture. So the whole effort of our is the getting this unorganized business into more digitized format, and then as a business they are self-sufficient and they are completely connected with the entire India network, right? And I think end of the day, when these people are sufficiently connected, I'm sure their world is going to change. And definitely Atmanirbhar is one of the program which will support people like us who can empower other people to do their business much better.
Rightly said, sir. Okay, so now, as by now we know a lot about your professional role, also tell us a bit about the CSR activities that you are involved in.
Right. CSR, as of now, we are little small to really get into CSR, but the idea for us is on the going forward mechanism. So every we might not do the way other guys do CSR, because our idea was so different in terms of CSR activities. So we definitely wanted to go back to colleges. So I have given one of the guest lecture in one of the colleges in Vijayawada. So I've kind of got huge potential the students there. So we definitely wanted to launch a program where we support these budding people who wanted to really come out of the colleges and support their ideas, sponsor them to build their ideas, build some products which are benefit for the society and all. So our CSR activity or CSR thought is slightly little different compared to other larger organizations. And our whole idea was to support these budding engineers which come out, because on an average, we get lot of engineers students that are coming out, and compared to when we came out and long back and the now people, right? So these guys are bubbling with a lot of ideas, bubbling with a lot of thoughts. All they need is quite amount of support, both financially and also ideology support, in terms of technical and non-technical support, where they can bring those ideas into life. And again, end of the day, these ideas has to support self-sustainability, right? So we definitely wanted to launch that initiative of us. So definitely we are going to do that, and hopefully I think we will launch it very soon. Maybe we are looking at our October time frame as of now. That's our time frame, but sooner the better, I guess. So we are going to support all our budding engineers going forward to implement their ideas and see how that can benefit back to our Indian economy or Indian ecosystem.
All right. So, last but surely not the least, what message you would like to give to our younger generation to become a successful entrepreneur in their life someday?
Great. So, so as an entrepreneur, this is my second venture. So, first venture was a failure in one sense. I would not say it failed completely, but it gave me a lot of learnings. So, where I took those learnings, and when I started the second venture, right, I took a lot of care in those aspects to not fall into what we have lost earlier. So great learnings with my first venture, and then and all those learnings are here. And I always when I talk to young people, as I say, bubbling ideas, they do it. So everybody has a dream, right? And definitely people when they come out of engineering, when they come out of this IM graduates and all, so everybody has a dream, everybody has an idea. So and then people settle for jobs for various reasons. And I always say that dreams cannot wait, job can wait. So if you cannot take a risk today in your life, and then you wanted to stop your dream, and then do something else, you settle for a job. Job is always available. India is a huge market. World is big to give a job. But if today, if you don't have a dream and then take that risk to implement that dream and make it live or make it possible, right? Tomorrow never comes, because it's not like tomorrow somebody else will take it, because the way we are dreaming, there are so many other people who are dreaming, it. But it's all about how you bring that dream to reality and execution, right? So that's what I say. Dream cannot wait. Jobs can wait. If you fail to implement a dream, that's fine. There's always a learning curve there. You get a lot of life lessons, and you come back and implement it. But once you take a job, you are always living somebody else's dream, right? That's, I don't know how far that is true. I won't. I mean, yeah. Even I was part of that ecosystem who have taken a job. But day one, when I graduated, I had a dream to do something, and I have to wait for multiple years to make it possible. Uh, because our ecosystem was very different then, but now the ecosystem is so huge, so evolved. And if you have an idea, if you have a dream, right, there are a lot of people to support you to take it forward. And I encourage all the young people to find those resources, to find those help in the market, who can support your dream and then make it possible. And then eventually, I'm sure that now India is more open up for dreamers, achievers compared to in the past. Like I'm a classic example of it. Now even at this point of time, I receive a lot of support from people. So you just need to ask, or go out and ask, and I'm sure there's so many people who can support you. So all I say is dreams cannot wait and jobs can wait.
Very rightly said, sir. It's either now or never. Okay, so thank you so very much for joining us today. It was lovely talking to you, and I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors, and may you continue to inspire us the way you are doing. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Varsha, for your time as well. It was great interacting with you.
Same here, sir. Thank you.